Alright guys, continuing on in our lab for Chapter 11, we just have one more task to do, and that is recreate Figure 3 for all three corn, soybeans, and wheat. And we're going to actually kind of cheat in this regard and use that trick that I kind of alluded to before. I'm going to do Control-C, and then, not Control-C, but I clicked to select this figure. I'm going to hold down on the Control button and click the second figure. Then also hold down on the Control button and click to highlight the wheat figure as well. Now I'm going to do a Control-C, put my cell about right there in column V, and do a Control-V. Now I've copied these figures. I can simply adjust the series in a way that I want. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to delete one of them. So I'll delete the, let's see, I want price on the y-axis. So I'm going to delete the one that's plotting the x. So we're going to be deleting all the orange lines. And I'm going to highlight this series and do select data, edit. And I'm going to edit the x values. Currently the x values is the date column, but I want to put stocks to use on the X column here. Now this looks pretty weird, but it's because this thing is trying to connect the lines. So what I want to do is change the chart type, and I want to do an XY scatter with dots this time instead of lines. Now that looks a little more plausible. It was trying to connect each row to the next row's item, and that was connecting it all over the place in a really weird way. But this is what we want to see. Now I'm going to do the same thing over here. I'm going to delete the orange line and select this series, right click, select data, and edit it so that we have soybeans ending stocks as the x-axis. Again, it's going to make the chart look really weird. That's okay. We're going to tell it to stop connecting those dots by clicking Change Chart Type under the Design Chart Tools. Select XY Scatter and do the dots. Looks good. Similarly here, delete the ending stocks line, click the series, right click, select the data, edit, change the x-axis value to the wheat ending stocks. And it also should look weird. Change the chart type to XY scatter, choose the dots, and it's good. Alright, so we've got this tool that we said we can use to try to come up with a decent forecast for price when we have an estimate for ending stocks to use number. And to me, at first blush, it looks like this corn one is going to be a little tighter when we put a regression line through there than the soybeans or the wheat. This is actually the first time I'm doing it for soybeans or wheat live in this video, so we'll see how it goes. Alright, so let's see how to do this. We want to basically add a trend line here. So I'm going to come over here to Add Chart Element, Add Trend Line, and I want to look at a different one, so I'm going to put more trendline options. And it turns out that the log, you can play with different trend lines, but it seems like the logarithmic probably fits this data a little better. So I choose that, and I want to make that go away. And as we noted, this trend line tends to fit much better if you focus on the trend line from 2006. So what we can actually do is we can superimpose just that data set onto this chart. So if I click into this chart and then right click, select data and add, I'm going to add the shortened series, which is I'm going to choose the corn data, but just from 2006. With stocks to use on the x-axis and average price received on the y-axis. So you see it automatically put it here in a blue on top of the old dots. And we could add just a trend line with this blue data I'm going to go ahead and come over here so I can choose logarithmic again. Now we have a trend line with just the blue dots. Another way that you can do it that's actually pretty handy is to select the data and come over here to quick layout and choose this one. You see that FX there? It means it's gonna, there's like a little line in FX. It means it's gonna put a trend line for all of the data series, and it's gonna show you the function, which can be pretty useful if you want to try to make a forecast. Okay, and it automatically by default puts a linear one. If you right click on the line and choose Format Trend Line, you can come over here and select the different kind of trend line if you want to. So if we wanted to forecast a price for 2017, here we have a forecast for 2017 stocks to use of 0.164. We could say, okay, equals minus 3.946 times natural log of 0.1, I forgot what it is already, 0.164 minus 4.238. And we get a forecast for price, season average price. Now note, this is quite a bit below what the USDA is currently forecasting as the midpoint of that price interval, but it would be supported by the data if we saw price declines kind of continue into the marketing year. But once again, I mean, we see observations on both above and below this trend line, so it's hard to say with certainty what that's going to mean for the rest of the marketing year. But that's essentially what you need to do for the homework assignment. I've asked you to come up with a forecast for each of these prices, so go ahead and repeat that process for soybeans and wheat and organize it kind of nice in your spreadsheet. So maybe move that up there, call it corn 2017, 2018, average price received, forecast, and make it look kind of good, and then put your other forecasts in there, and you'll have completed the assignment. See you guys soon.